Sam Smyers here. Today I want to talk about how to make some lead synth stab or pluck sounds in Serum that are going to be perfect for deep house or tech house. So let's go ahead and jump into the video. All right, everyone, welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, please consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel, and also hitting that notification bell because that will help you stay updated with future videos that are just like this. I want to do this tutorial over these lead synth stab sounds because I've been noticing them becoming very popular in most recent deep house and tech house tracks. Basically, you'll hear this subby style bass that is in the background, and then maybe this pluck or stab that is happening over top of that bass, and it might be an ARP, or it might be a single pluck that happens at the end of a measure, or it might be a pluck or the stab that happens repeatedly over and over and over, hitting the same note across 4 bars or something like that. Let's go ahead and start creating the first sound for oscillator A. I'll leave this alone. So that's the initial preset, and what I can do is adjust the envelope 1 here, taking down the sustain. And that'll give us that pluck sound, and then make some adjustments. That will adjust the decay. Then what I can do is assign the envelope 1 to my filter. And let's go ahead and hit Shift Alt. I don't have the filter on. Let's go ahead and turn it on, and let's say MG low 24 and lower this knob. Maybe raise up the release here. Turn up the drive a bit. Turn up the fat. You can adjust the resonance. And then I can go to my noise. I could add like a white noise. Let's do bright white. Make sure to turn this on, and then make sure that your noise is going to your filter as well. And that'll give us that plucky sound. What I can do now is go to the effects. In the effects, I'll go to my compressor, put on a multiband. Maybe make some adjustments to the multiband here. Then I can add some delay, and I like to do a ping pong delay. Let's put the delay after the compressor, turn down the feedback. Let's go ahead and link these together, and we'll do an 1/8 and ping pong. Put this filter on. We can add some reverb. And then we could add some EQ after that. I could take a low cut here. And then I could add a bell filter. And what I like to do is I like to assign envelope 1 to the gain of that bell filter. And that will help with that pluck sound. And that's the basics of that first sound. Let's check it out with this backing track that I have. And that's the basic first pluck or stab sound. And then once I have that done, you can save that as a preset, and then we can start adjusting it to get some different variations off of that sound. Now I just duplicate the track. What I can do is raise up the unison here, turn up the detune a bit, and maybe I can add some distortion, and I'll put this after the compressor. Let's say diode 1. Turn down the mix there. And then if I play that same pattern, I turn down the resonance a bit in the drive and fat just to get it to sound a bit different. And that'll give you a more wider sound with a bit of detuning, and it will sound more like a saw wave type of lead sound. Now for maybe a third variation, I want to layer that initial stab that is going to be happening throughout the track with something else that is maybe more detuned and underneath it. What I could do is I could also change the wavetable here. I could go to digital. Let's say I do hypa, take down the unison a bit, but raise up the detune. And then I could make some adjustments to my envelope 1 here. Maybe I want to change this MG low 24 to MG low 18. Let's go to my effects here. And let's say I turn up the reverb here. Maybe I'll take off the noise. And then let's say I want to play a melody underneath our other melody. And that was the sound I just created with this melody here. You could also add some vintage verb on top of that because the reverb in Serum isn't that great. So I'll usually just add a reverb on top of it that's better and put it in the back. Maybe more. Let's go back to Serum, go to our effects. Let's turn off the delay here. Maybe lower the frequency here for the EQ. And let's go ahead and check that in the track. And that just adds another cool element underneath that other stab. And it's very detuned sounding. You could adjust the detuning here or the unison if you don't want it to sound so detuned. Now for a fourth sound, maybe I want to get a bit of a brassy sounding lead stab. Then what I could do is I could go to analog. Let's do basic shapes here. And I'll change this to a saw wave. And let's go ahead and raise this up to 7. This is just taking that first sound that we made and making some adjustments. Let's turn it to unison 7. And you could actually have the LFO 1 triggering the filter instead of envelope 1. Let's go ahead and bypass this, and then I'll assign LFO 1 to my filter here. And let's just play it. Just see what it sounds like. Turn this on to envelope. Make some adjustments to the LFO 1. Maybe I'll play that down a lower octave. Put on some distortion after the compressor. Maybe take off the delay. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lower the octave here down to -1. And I just turned off the noise and made some adjustments to the filter there. And then we can play this with that bass line, and let's hear how that sounds. And I'm just making some adjustments to the filter and the LFO 1 just to try to get it to sound in the track nicely. And you can do the same thing, make some adjustments to your LFO 1 or your filter, or go to the effects, make some adjustments here just to get it to all fit in your track really nicely. So you can see what I did there. I started off with that first sound, and then I started adjusting the sounds and the settings based off of that first sound. And what you can do after you make all of these adjustments to the settings is you can save them as a preset, and then you'll have a bunch of nice stabs, these lead stabs, to go through for your next deep house or tech house track. Anyway, I hope that this was helpful, and if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel because that will help you stay updated with future videos that are just like this one. If you truly want to improve your mixing skills, then check out my Modern Mix Academy. This is a full online mixing course that I created that will show you everything that I know about mixing and will help you make the most amazing mixes from the comfort of your own home that you can be proud to share with your friends, family, and your fans. I'll put a link down below for you to check that out. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.